So, Scorpio, Spirit wants to start your reading off by giving you some appreciation and a compliment. They are saying that whether you know it or not, the way that you live inspires people around you to be more true to themselves. So, some of you, it's like you live without compromise, or you never tell even a half lie. And whether, again, you know it or not, people around you are inspired. And what Spirit is saying is that some of you live your life in a very like intuitive way, spiritually dialed in, scorpionic things. And Spirit is saying the way that you live makes it clear for others that they can connect to Spirit also, and that they can find their own intuition. And so I guess Spirit is thinking that maybe you're not aware of how much you're doing, and they're like, hey, snap out of it. You're amazing. The way that you lead your life is amazing. Whether how public, how private, how internal, external, how whatever. You don't even know the ripples that you are creating. And maybe if you knew the ripples you were creating, I don't know, maybe you would look at things differently. Maybe you'd do things a little differently. What pops up for you? Let's get into some cards. Let's go deeper. Also, hi, I'm Madeline, if you haven't been here before. Very excited to read for you, Scorpio, and see what the story is for you in July. So, as always, I will pull cards to look at the past as it pertains to your present and your unfolding future. We will pull a persona card to see how you're showing up and what aspects of yourself Spirit wants you to most be aware of or bring forward for your highest good. We'll take a look at kind of the climate around you, and we'll get guidance from Spirit. Is there anything they want Scorpio to know, do, be, or embody in the month of July to create the future that is most fulfilling, abundant, easeful, secure, joyful, loving Spirit? Thank you for tuning in for Scorpio. Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, Scorpio Rising, and Dominant people. Please, Spirit, what do you want to share with Scorpio in the month of July? What do you want to offer them for their highest good, Spirit? We want to look at the truth of what is showing up for and around and within Scorpio in the month of July. Anything you want to point out to them, Spirit, to help them live in the present, which unfolds into the future that is most satisfying, most deeply enriching is a word that Spirit is using. Got you. Thank you, Spirit. Just one more for Scorpio. Let's see what we got here. Perfect, and I'll pop your cards right up here in just a second. You'll be able to see everything I'm seeing. Scorpio in the month of July. Woo! Tingles. I haven't even seen the cards yet. Wow. Tingles. Tingles. Jeez. Jeez. All the major arcana. Beautiful. All the major freaking arcana. Okay. Beautiful. Wands and major arcanas. And your guidance is just to have fun. Isn't that lovely? Your guidance is to hang out with people who love and appreciate you. Okay, we're jumping right there. I love to see that. Three of Cups. Who do you harmonize with is the phrase that Spirit is using, because like they're literally playing in my mind, 3-part harmony. Have you ever heard 3 people sing in harmony at once? Destiny's Child, Little Shop of Horrors. A lot of things are leaping into my mind. Really beautiful. There's when Spirit says that you inspire people with the way you lead your life, and then your freaking persona card is the King of Wands, it's like that's pretty on the nose. And then to see the 3 of Cups, it's like here they are. Here are the people that are enjoying you and what you do and what you create or how you live or whatever it is for you, Scorpio. Gorgeous. So sitting in the past, the world, you have just graduated from something. What have you just completed? It's a long road from the Fool, number 0, to the World, number 21, right? And then number 21 goes back to the Fool, because everything is a cycle. There, beginnings and endings are really just the same gate. You know what I'm talking about? okay, you've graduated from something. You've learned everything that you needed to learn. Spirit is saying for some of you, you've graduated from like a mindset where it's like, I used to think like this, or I used to think that the world worked like this. And like, I've graduated from that. I've like outgrown that. And now I have this new way that I'm leading my life, or this new vision, based on what I've graduated from and learned from this past cycle, leading to the present, which is the Chariot, taking the reins, knowing exactly like, okay, this is where I want to go. And when I say knowing exactly, I want to be clear. You don't have to know what every single step is going to be, but you do need to know this is the direction I want to be heading in. I want less of this and more of that, or whatever. So I will turn my vehicle, 2 degrees. Like, and you would be shocked how much altering your trajectory by 2 degrees can change where you land. You know what I'm saying? That's what Spirit is telling you. I feel like this is also why you need to inject a little more fun into your formula with that 3 of Cups. Is like, if you are shouldering burdens alone, or maybe it's just been a long time since you've connected with friends because you've been busy, or because you've been focused, or whatever, because you've been graduating, it's time to get back with those people, because resonating with those people and sharing notes. Spirit is being so punny right now. Oh my God, because they're talking about the harmony. Sharing notes, but also sharing notes that make it evolve into a whole new thing. You know what I'm saying? When 3 different people are harmonizing, they create this accord, right? A note, 3 notes changes into a chord, and that's why it is so round and voluminous and vibrato and wonderful, and like gives people the goosebumps, right? Your Spirit is using the word amalgamation also. This is an interesting reading. I'm very curious about what my Scorpio people are up to. Y'all are creating something. You're ending up somewhere. This thing is in development. That's what I'm hearing. They're drawing my eye right over to the moon card that is sitting in the climate or energy, like what is around you. And the moon says everything is in flux. This is a time of change. Some things are not going to be so apparent, right? It's not the sun. It's not, oh yeah, like they said, I can see every step that I need to take along the path. Because no, I can't even see the path. I don't know what the path is, or if there is even a literal path, or I'm going to be, carving my own. But I do know 2 degrees this way, right? No more people pleasing, and that means saying things like this, or no more being addicted to this substance, and that means I end up doing this thing that is different. You know what I'm talking about? Whatever it is you've graduated from, you are adjusting by degrees in a different direction, and Spirit keeps fucking saying to me, it's like, you're going to be shocked and delighted by how such seemingly small adjustments, just something like, oh, this is what they're showing me, okay? They're showing me some Scorpio on the phone with their mom. And their mom is like a critical person. And it's like, oh, mom is starting to go down her same road that she always goes down, of starting to dress down the way that I do this or that, or like whatever. And being like, oh, mom, it's been so much fun talking to you, or not, or whatever, like telling the truth. But like, it's been lovely. You know what? I've got to go. I'll talk to you later. Click. And like, nope, I'm really living by what I said. And by 2 or 3 degrees, I don't have to go, mom, you've always been critical and you've never blah, 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 blah. That's like a 10,000 degrees. And you can do that if you want to too. But Spirit is saying this is more about you taking care of you and taking what you've learned from what you've graduated from and applying it. And Scorpios tend to go to extremes and to live in intensity. And so sometimes making things like minor adjustments don't seem that effective or that exciting or that sexy. This is sexy. What can I say? This is sexy. This is cool stuff. This is exciting. I'm hearing even the word like exotic, like visiting locations you've never been to, learning languages, meeting people you've never met before. The things that you're doing just by these 2 degrees. Now keep that in fucking mind. You may not know that the decisions you're making right now to stop talking to your mom when she starts being mean to you ends up with you living in Paris in 2 years. I don't know how either, but Spirit is saying it. Gee, surprise. The more that I love myself, the more that I seem to take actions that are self-loving, which seem to put me in front of people and places and opportunities that love me back, which leads me to living in Paris in 2 years. That's what Spirit is saying. How many of you Scorpios are thinking about either going back to school, or perhaps you want to teach or mentor or coach or like lead? The Chariot is sitting in the present. The Hierophant is sitting in the future. I'm curious if any of you have cardinal placements. I feel like another sign got a very similar arrangement of cards, and I have shuffled these cards infinite number of times. Like, who knows how many times. And this Chariot to the Hierophant has come up before. So, if you've seen it twice, let me know in the comments. I'd be very curious. The Hierophant sits in your future, saying you're either going to become a teacher or a mentor of something, or a disciple slash acolyte of something. It's like, oh, I'm going to get this, I'm going to do this training, or I'm going to do this certification, or I'm going to offer this training or certification or mentoring or teaching or etc. Either way, there is something about the mentor-mentee type of energy that is coming into your life. Are you trying to be the mentor, or are you trying to be the mentee? Either way, it's like the coach or the teacher or the mentor that you want is out there, or vice versa. You are the mentor or coach or teacher that someone is seeking. So either way, put yourself out there by degrees. Three of Cups, again, reminder, get with your people. They can also help you with this. And here's a clue. If it ain't fun, it ain't it. If it doesn't light you up and get you passionate, King of Wands, it ain't it. King of Wands, as your persona card says, courage, charisma, natural leader, lighting the way for other people. And that is something that Spirit was getting at in the beginning of your reading, is like, hey, whether you know it or not, you light the world up for other people. You illuminate things. You make things clear for other people, and you carve a path that other people are then able to be like, oh, okay, so that's one way to shed bad habits or learn how to cope in new ways or whatever. Like, they're emulating you, and it's a beautiful thing. And you can also get that back from people that you love. Like, you can notice and emulate things that other people bring into your lives into your life with that Three of Cups, okay? So, the Moon, things are still shaping up. As Spirit said, everything is not completely clear because things are changing. This is also a very emotional card. And for some of you, I'm hearing like this is literally tied to like your mother, the way that they were saying someone's on the phone with their mother and being like, the thing I graduated from is I don't let people talk to me like that anymore, or whatever. And like, so I'm going to carry that action into my world. And by degrees, that points me toward a new life. Sitting in the potential position, also known as your hopes and fears, Three of Wands, moving on, different place, ending like an exotic. They're using that word again. Three of Wands says your ships are coming in. Are they delivering something to you, or are you hopping on the ship and going somewhere? Either way, something exotic is arriving. You have a plan, is what Spirit is saying as I look at that Three of Wands. You have a plan, and if your question is, can I really do this? Does this really exist for me? You may not know me, Scorpio. Maybe you've heard like my videos before, maybe you haven't. I have a Scorpio stellium. I don't bullshit. You may notice that like you don't see on my videos like the same fucking type of titles I see on a fucking shitload of tarot videos, and it makes me so annoyed and nauseated of like, he's coming back. They're coming back. They miss you. They're coming back week after week after week after week. Where the fuck are they? Where are they? I don't do that. So if I'm saying to you the applause, the acceptance, the appreciation is here for you, Six of Wands sitting in the key position, it's here for you. Applause, appreciation, love, recognition. If you don't know yet the way that you lead your life affects other people and what they see and the ripple effect that you're having, I feel like you will have a clearer idea of that by the end of the month. Don't be afraid to change. And don't be afraid to, I mean, I don't need to tell you that, right? You're a Scorpio. That's your whole thing. The changes that you are making are wild and wonderful. I see you showing up more as yourself. I accept more of myself. I know more of myself, and that, surprised by understanding and knowing myself better, I'm able to show up more and better and bigger. I'm able to be the leader that I always have been, but maybe I haven't always recognized. That's what Spirit is saying. Thoughts? Questions? Stories? I would love to hear them, Scorpio, truly. I appreciate your time here, and I really hope that it pays for itself. I hope that it pays for itself many, many, many times over, and that these messages serve you very well. And if I don't see you before then, Scorpio, then I hope I will catch you again at your mid-month reading. Till then, bye.